So in this video again, we continue as we look at how to solve simultaneous equation when you're given such in an exam. So how do you go about it? So the question there says that show that the line x plus y is equal to 6 is a tangent to the curve. So they want you to show that this line is actually a tangent to the curve, that one, and find the coordinates of the point of contact. So that's what they're going to say. Now the way it is that when an equation is actually a tangent, remember you could have the equation of a circle, in this case like this one, that's the equation of a circle. When it is just meeting the curve at just touching the curve at one point, then we simply say that it's a tangent. It is a tangent. So basically that is the idea. But if it is not touching the you have two solutions, it simply means that you form up what we call a secant. So two solutions means that it is not a tangent but cutting the circle. But if there are no solutions, it simply means that it is not touching the circle or anything. So there are three situations you can have. If you only have one solution, it is a tangent. Yeah, or if you have equal solutions, it means it's a tangent. If you have got two solutions, it simply means it is cutting the curve, in this case, which is a circle. If there are no solutions, it simply means it is not either a tangent or touching the circle. So that's the idea. But let's try to find out, because the question said we find out. So they have given us the equation of a straight line x plus y is equal to 6. I'll say let this be equation 1, and they have given us x squared plus y squared is equal to 18. Let me call this one as being the second equation. All right, so I'll get the first equation and possibly make either x or y the subject of the formula, but in this case I'll try to make y the subject of the formula. So when x goes the other side, it will become y is equal to 6 minus x. I'll call this one as being my third equation. Then what we are going to do is that we are going to substitute equation 3 into equation 2. So that's what we are going to do. So where there's y, I'll replace with the 6 minus x in the second equation. So let's try to see how that is be. So it will be x squared plus, or where there's y, remember we replace 6 minus x raised to the power 2, which is equal to 18. So what we do is simply we try to expand and collect the like terms. Now when you're expanding that, you can actually go a simple way by saying 6 squared, which gives you 36, then 2 times negative x times that will give you negative 12x, then negative x squared will give us positive x squared, which is equal to 18. If you're not so familiar, 6 minus x raised to the power 2 means 6 minus x multiplied by 6 minus x. So you simply try just to multiply that. And how is that going to be? Remember, you can start with this times that, this times that, then you come to negative x times that, and this times that. Let's see what that is going to give us quickly. So it will be 6 times 6, that is a 36. 6 times negative x, that is negative 6x. I come to negative x together with a sign in front, negative x times 6, that is negative 6. Negative x times negative x will give me positive x squared. Remember, these are like terms, they will give you negative 12x plus x squared and 36. So this is what I got there. So the idea now is simply to collect the like terms. You can watch other videos in case you are struggling to to actually expand that. So this and that are simply like terms, so I can put them together. This is going to be 2x squared, and that will be minus 12x. This is a positive 36. I have 18 the other side, it can come this side, it will become minus 18 is equal to 0. So it will be 2x squared minus 12x. 36 minus 18 will give you positive 18 is equal to positive 18 is equal to 0. We can reduce this quadratic equation by dividing 2 throughout the equation. So what will that give me? To be x squared minus 6x plus 9 is equal to 0. Do you remember what we said? You can either use the quadratic formula if you know it, to actually solve for x, or you can use your product sum and factors there. So product, what is our A there? The number in front of x squared is 1. Our B is simply -6, and our C is simply a 9. So how do you get P is the product 1 times 9, which will give you 9. Then the sum S is simply -6. So we need to look for two factors. When we multiply, they'll give us 9, but when we add, we're going to have -6. It's -3 and -3. Now, if you remember from my previous video, if the coefficient of x squared is 1, you don't need to waste time. Just get these factors and say x minus 3 and again x minus 3, which is equal to 0. So let's equate each bracket to 0. X minus 3 is equal to 0, or x minus 3 is equal to 0. You can see in this case that our x is either, when it goes that side, it will be +3 or again +3. So you're having, in this case, two equal solutions. So they are the same, so they are equal solutions. So what are you going to do? You are going to get equation 3, which is y is equal to 6 minus x, but you're going to say, oh, when x is equal to 3, what will be the value of y, which we don't know, question mark. So it will be y is equal to 6 minus 3, so meaning that y is equal to 3. Again, they'll give you, because they're giving you a repeated root, so you just take 1. So when x is 3, y is also at is also 3. So what is the conclusion then? The conclusion is that since we have two equal solution, it means the line is actually a tangent to the curve. So that's the meaning of this. That's the geometrical meaning of that. So meaning, if you have that, it simply means that it is touching the line. It is actually touching the line at just 1 point. So it is actually a tangent. And remember, they said the coordinate of the point of contact. So these are the coordinates that they wanted. It is simply 3, 3. You can pause the video and of course try to look at it and go through, please. Watch out for my other videos. In case you didn't watch out for some other videos, just watch out to get more content.